Hello and welcome. This is Katie. Thanks so much for stopping by. I'm excited to be back for another video with Imagine Crafts. This time I've got another set of note cards, and it was inspired by that Hello Spring card there. You can see here I've got birthday cards, just a note. I've got thank you cards. I've got sympathy cards, all with just this design and layout of the card. Super simple. There's more that I could make. I made 8 and I could keep going. But I didn't want to have too many in the video. So I'm going to use some VersaMagic ink. This is, let me find my list here, Pixie Dust, Aloe Vera, Sea Breeze, and Spring Pansy. This is some Lavinia multifarious cardstock. Any cardstock is going to work for this. You don't need anything fancy. I just had it in that pack and I wanted to use it. I'm going to use this floral image in the Beautiful Flowers 2 stamp set from Simon Says Stamp. And I am going to use that thanks that's in there as well. I'm not going to use this floral image. This is a stamp set from Maker Forte, but I am going to use the Hello Spring stamp that you see there. I will be using the Versafine Clair in both the Nocturne and the Morning Mist, and I'm going to use the London Fog Memento ink and not the gray flannel that I'm showing you there. So we're going to start off with the aloe vera, and this is it's quick and easy. It's your ink smushing, your direct to paper, however you want to call it. And I'm just kind of doing it in an arc motion. I was inspired by a video that May over at May Made It did, using 3 Memento ink colors in the dewdrops for a masculine card. And I thought I need a spring card or an Easter card. And would you know it? I don't have a single Easter sentiment stamp or die in my stash, so that's going to have to get rectified. Now I am inking up in the London Fog twice for this floral image, and for some of the panels I did in the Morning Mist, and some I did in the London Fog, and you cannot tell the difference. The sentiments, I stamped all those in the Nocturne ink, so I'm going to stamp that up here in Nocturne. I stamped them up twice, ink them up twice and stamp them, and that's going to give a nice crisp image. Now, I will say that stamping over the VersaMagic softens that Versafine Clair Nocturne ink, and I'm going to show you that more up close later on. So these were so quick to make. I felt bad if I just put a 2-minute video out. So I did another panel, but this time just kind of swiping across, back and forth, scrubbing motion to apply the ink. And so you don't have to go in an arc motion, rainbow shape or anything like that. Just straight across works just fine too. And the only thing I had to do is I had to keep repositioning my floral image because it didn't line up based on, I didn't ink in the same spot every single time. So the panels, I forgot to mention, I did trim those down to 4 by 5 1/4. So there will be a little border. And I'm going to take this thanks word from that Beautiful Flowers 2 stamp set and ink that up. I initially wanted to try the Memento ink in London Fog for the sentiment to see what the gray would look like. And if you only have that, it totally works. You just got to ink it up a few times to deepen the color. But then I just did that twice and I was like, oh, I want it a little darker. So I went to the Nocturne ink. I inked that up twice as well and set that off to the side to dry. And I will say, when you're stamping over VersaMagic, you want to make sure that you let your Versafine Clair ink dry. That is a very quick drying ink, but when I stamped over the VersaMagic, it took a few extra minutes to dry. So these are some of the stamp set that I pulled from. This is the Many Mandalas stamp set from Concord and 9th. You see all those, stamp sets or stamps that are in there. Thank you. Just a note I used. There's a happy birthday. So any little sentiment that you have in your stash. This one here from Simon Says Stamp works really well. I use the With Sympathy from that, but there's nothing in nature blooms all year round. Be patient with yourself. Every moment is a fresh beginning. Remember, remembering you in my prayers. So tons of little sentiments will work perfect. This He Heals the Brokenhearted is my absolute favorite. And I actually bought the stamp set just for the sentiment. Do you ever do that? Buy stamps for just a sentiment? I do it all the time. And this is the Delicate Flowers stamp set. And I could, like I said, there's more. So I did the Thinking of You from that, but there's Miss You and Hello Friend and a whole bunch. And then I have these W+9 stamp sets that I'm showing you, and that one from Pink Fresh. Those floral images will work well as also. So if you don't have like the single stemmed flowers, you can use little clusters of flowers as a main focal image, just, you know, doing the same technique, swiping your ink pads across your cardstock. So now I'm going to ink up He Heals the Brokenhearted. And this worked out perfect because there was a space between he and heals to be able to put it on both sides of the stem. This you can see is nice and crisp black, but I'm going to ink it up again, but then I'm going to set it off to the side to dry, and I'm going to show you a comparison towards the end of the video, showing how much that fades off. So I'm not going to put all these cards together. I didn't do all the inking and stamping and all that stuff. I just did a couple of them here for you so you could see the technique and just get a little refresher. Sometimes we forget about all these quick and easy, simple things that we can do to create cards, and it's nice to bring them back around with these videos and techniques. So card base is Maker Forte. You guys know how I love my black cardstock. This Eclipse black cardstock I can't recommend enough. It seems a lot thicker than it is. It's 100-pound weight, but it's really, really nice. And I love how deep and dark the black is. But that's our Hello Spring card. That's the one that inspired it all because I didn't have a Happy Easter card. That would work too as a sentiment. We got a Sympathy, and there I was showing you how it's softened. But we got birthdays, we've got thanks, we've got Just a Note. Inside layer is just the Gina K white layering. So here's the difference. You see how dark that black is for the word note and how the just and the heals is softened? I love it. It just gives you another technique in ways to use your inks over top of each other, and you're going to get a different effect. But that's going to wrap it up, my friends. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I want to thank you all so much for joining me today. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you in the next video.